We'll go over to Jindo Auditorium as the hours turn into days. The families of the missing are trying their best not to lose hope and praying at an indoor auditorium on Jindo Island for any news about their loved ones.
Yeah, that's right. Our Yoo Li-an is standing by at that gymnasium. Li-an, how are things looking there?
Hi, Mark and Jinjoo. The atmosphere here is easing up a bit. There were sighs of relief and applause following the announcement by the Coast Guard here that air is now being pumped into the ferry and that divers have successfully entered the ferry for a search and rescue operation. I'm seeing about 5 officials from the Coast Guard with a blueprint of the ferry at the front of the auditorium, explaining how the divers are expected to carry out the operation. Everyone here has been and still is extremely emotional this morning with time running out. Around 3 hours ago, the head of the victims' families here issued a plea statement asking people across the nation to help them rescue their children. They've been extremely frustrated about the lack of details they have been able to get here at the relief center. And not just that, but families here have been furious that the number of rescue personnel announced by the government and the actual number are quite different. The government had announced yesterday that around 555 personnel were put into the rescue operation, while the number that the families here found out was just around 200.
It's really hard to imagine what it must be like to be in their shoes. Now, they must be traumatized hearing, I hear that they're receiving counseling as well.
Yeah, they were right, Jinjoo. There is a special care center set up here at the gym where nurses and medical personnel are taking care of people and trying to help them. The past 2 nights have been extremely hard for these families of the victims. They have been under an overwhelming amount of stress. Some even fainted yesterday, and this morning I saw others laying down while getting IV injections. There are about 500 volunteers on site to help out at the relief center here, including those from civic groups like the Red Cross. That's all from me for now, but I'll be bringing you more updates in our later newscasts.
Thank you very much for your report, Li-an. That was our Yoo Li-an reporting from the Jindo Indoor Auditorium, where many of the family members of the 270 missing are gathered waiting for any news of their loved ones.